Namaskar. In this series of lectures, we will have to discuss unit number 4 from paper 2, that is electronics. There are two chapters. One is related with the TTL and CMOS devices, and other is related with the digital communication techniques. Now we will start with the first chapter related with the TTL devices. TTL stands for transistor logic. Now first of all we will discuss some features of standard TTL devices. If we observe any TTL device, then the input stage of the TTL device is in the form of open emitter transistor. Therefore, emitter of a transistor is a input for most of the TTL devices. The second interesting feature is the totem pole arrangement. Now, this arrangement, which is made up of transistor Q3, Q4, resistor of 130 ohm, which is fixed resistance resistor, and a diode D1, it is known as a totem pole arrangement. Now the interesting thing of the totem pole arrangement is that at a time only Q3 or Q4 is on. Whenever Q4 is on, then the output is pulled down to the ground and therefore output is low. Whereas when Q3 is on, then at that time the output is high through a resistor of 130 ohm, obviously the transistor, and a diode D1. Now this is the speciality of TTL device. Now before continuing with the TTL NAND gate, we will discuss few features of TTL devices. Okay, what is the power consumption, then what are different parameters associated with the TTL devices. Now one is the floating input. You will observe that the input of every TTL device, when it is floating, because it is an emitter, at that time you will observe that there will not be current from the base of transistor to the emitter, and as if the floating will be treated as high input. Therefore, when we think about any TTL device, the floating input will act as high input. That means though we are not connecting anything to the input, it is treated as high input. This is a speciality of the TTL device. One more feature of the TTL device is the input-output profile of the device. I will show you one interesting window. This is input-output profile. For TTL device, when we think about the input, if the voltage is in between 0 to 0.8 volt, it is to be treated as logic 0. Therefore, this is low logic. And if the input voltage is greater than 2 volt and up to 5 volt, it is at logic 1. And the 0.8 volt to 2 volt will be the forbidden input for the TTL device. Therefore, when we are providing logic 0, then the voltage must be less than 0.8, and if we will have to input logic 1, then the voltage must be greater than 2 volt. Otherwise, our TTL device may not work properly. When the TTL device will give us some output, if the output is from 0 to 0.4 volt, it is to be treated as logic 0, and if it is greater than 2.4 to 5 volt, it is to be treated as logic 1. One more feature is the fan out. I will show you something. Okay, before that we will discuss something about current ranges. The rest of the thing you can go through the book. I will share the book with you, some pages of the book PDF. When the output is okay, this is when the output is high, it can source a current up to 40 microampere. This is the maximum current, sourcing current. And in case of a input, when we think about the input, it can provide the current of 1.6 milliampere. You will observe that the input stage is a transistor, something like this. This is high, and then there is a resistance. This is the base of the transistor, and this is the input. Therefore, the current will flow towards the input, and this current is minus 1.6 milliampere. The negative sign is for the direction of current. Okay, that means when we think about the one more window, it is standard loading will clear this idea. See, this is IOL, that is output current. The maximum current, it is 16 milliampere. IOH maximum is minus 400 microampere. Then IIL, which is maximum of 1.6 milliampere, and IIH, which is maximum of 40 microampere. Now this will give you the idea about the sourcing and sinking current capacity of standard TTL device. Why it is to be discussed? Because when we try to connect the output of a TTL to the input of other TTL, we will have to take care about the loading effect. Okay. Now it is given by a fan out. The meaning of fan out is that how many other TTL devices or inputs can be connected to a output. This table gives us the fan out of a particular TTL device which starts with a number 74. If it is 74 and 74, then the fan out is 10. This is driver and this is load. That means if the output is of 74 series, say for example 7400, that is NAND gate, then we can connect 10 different inputs for a output of NAND gate from 74 series and of 74 series. But if we will have to connect the different inputs of 74H series, then only 8 inputs can be connected to this output, and so on. You will observe that here it is maximum, it is 100. That means if the output, that is driver, is of output of 74S series, and if the load is off, that means inputs are of 74L series, then the maximum 100 inputs can be connected to a output of TTL driver. Okay, this is maximum, and here if you will observe that it is minimum, it is 1. That means the output of 74L series can drive only one input of 74L series, and output of 74L series can drive only one input of 74S series. Okay, this is about the fan out of a particular TTL device. There are so many parameters. The remaining parameters you can go through them. How we can what is the speciality of noise immunity? Then what is the worst case input voltage? Okay, what should be the worst case input voltage? But that you can go through the references. I will share the PDF of this you on Classroom, and you can go through this. Now from the next session or next lecture, we will start the discussion with the TTL NAND gate, NOR gate, and other open collector gates, tri-state TTL device, etc. Thank you.